We are Popcorn, Piss, and Vinegar, giving you a raw take on movies, television, and pop culture. My name's Chris.
And my name is Scott.
And I'm JB4.
Hi, guys.
Hey, fella.
Hi.
How are you?
Man. I'm great.
That's good to hear.
I'm good.
It's good to hear. How about you, John?
Oh, I couldn't be better.
You should be.
We
could be better. We could all be better.
We could all be better.
We could be best.
So,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. All right, look, we got a lot of shit to get to,
Lot of shit.
Let's get it going. All right, trailers. Mary Poppins Returns. Have you all seen the trailer for this?
I
did.
wept.
Yeah, I figured that this is like the same thing as like I sat there and I was like, I know Scott's going to automatically love this movie because all it is the Christopher Robin fucking movie plugged in with Mary Poppins. You know, everybody's older, and now Mary Poppins comes back and visits the adult version of these characters that were children.
It's Hook.
Yeah, right.
When I saw the first trailer, I was like, oh, this is going to be good. We're going to go see it. I think it's going to be good. And then this trailer and I felt the same way. I was like, oh, we're seeing a little more of the, it looks good. And then as soon as they put the animation in, I was like, oh, God, oh no.
Yeah, it was the same. They basically did a revisit of the original movie. I mean, it's supposed to be a direct sequel. It's just Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
Will play Mary now instead of Julie Andrews.
I like how they did the old school animation overlay in the film.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. If you're going to do a direct sequel, I mean, you're going to want the aesthetic to pretty much be exactly the same.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that makes perfect sense.
I was a lot more responsive to it than I thought I'd be. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm actually touched.
I didn't expect it.
I don't really remember the original movie that much. I know I saw it when I was a kid, and
you should revisit it. It's actually
I don't
with your kid.
I don't really remember it. I mean, apparently my kid knows a lot about it because when she saw me watch the trailer when I was typing up the news and all that stuff, and she immediately started speaking in a Cockney British accent. So she knows. So she knows what it is. So. Yeah, so I guess I'll be seeing that. So, the other trailer and the big one, Captain Marvel. Captain meh. Yeah, I mean,
Marvel?
Yeah, I mean, I understand it's just a teaser and all that shit, but
Right.
I don't know. I'm starting to get with Scott now. It's like overload now. I mean, dude, look, I love trailers. I really do, but I don't need like a trailer of a trailer. I really don't give a fuck. I mean,
I agree.
You just give me the big maxi trailer about like 3 months before the movie comes out, and I'm really thrilled just seeing that. I mean,
I don't need TV spots. I don't need all that nonsense. Just put out a trailer.
Yeah. So that's pretty much where I'm at with all that stuff.
But I was still excited to see it.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, it's Marvel, and I mean, Marvel's gonna Marvel. I mean,
and they marveled with this.
Yeah, they marveled with it big time. I mean, it looks the same. I mean, now it's funny. All the fucking movies look like Guardians of the Galaxy now, so that's kind of what it kind of has that same look. But it looks like
at least they're consistent with their outer space look.
Well, I think that they're banking on that now, and there's some stuff in the news that indicates that they're going to go even more that way. So I mean, it seems like the cosmic thing is really where they want to go, and I mean, I guess that's cool because you can integrate a bunch of weird, cool shit and keep those things kind of fresh. I mean, so we'll see.
We
how
already
it goes.
got a lot of, with this phase 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. We already have them on Earth. This new Avengers, new people, new stories to tell. We'll see.
Yep. So that's all that shit. All right. Jump into some news here real quick. During press for the release of Solo on digital and Blu-ray, Ray Park shared his Instagram feed from the time of production and showed clues that he would be returning as Darth Maul. Star Wars fan sites that are normally on hunt for any clue missed the hints entirely. Park said that during the premiere of Solo, he was seated next to Ewan McGregor, who had the biggest holy shit reaction of the audience, and congratulated Park on his return to the franchise. So that's pretty cool. I actually purchased Solo on digital, and I got the extended the bonus features version that has the deleted scenes and all. I can really see why those deleted scenes were cut out of the movie, but it's that kind of cool shit where you see the you kind of see the flavoring of things and some cool shit that was left in there. The snowball fight was really funny. I kind of wish in a way they would have left that in. I thought that was pretty funny.
I didn't see that, but I did see the clip online of him talking to the Imperial Guard and getting transferred to where he ended up.
Yeah, there's a whole scene where he's flying. He actually gets into pilot school.
Yeah.
And he has an argument with the Imperial Commodore over why their strategy of flying is fucked up. And
it's
this
good?
is after he completely totals a TIE fighter.
Yeah, he totals out a TIE fighter, and he's in the Imperial Navy. Okay, he's in a simulator.
Right.
And he fucks up the simulator, and it's the same old thing. He's like, we're kicking you out. Well, fuck, when am I going to return? Oh, don't worry, you'll be flying in no time. And, of course, the landmine goes off, and he's flying in the air and all that shit. So they had that. They had a cool scene where he and Kira are trying to escape from Corellia, and there's kind of like a Raiders of the Lost Ark-esque chase through a Corellian bazaar where they have these dogs that are trying to hunt them down and sniff them down, and that's...
Saw a little bit of that in the movie.
Yeah, so, there's some of it in the movie, but it's an extended scene. But all the shit that they had, I can see why it was cut. The snowball fight was pretty funny. In a way, I kind of wish they would have left that in, so pretty cool stuff.
All right.
Yeah, I'm really sad that Solo probably won't get a sequel. They were talking about that stuff, but the writers of the movie hope that some of these seeds that they planted you'll see kind of resolved in future either movies or animated shows and things of that nature.
The streaming, possibly.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, could be. All right, the winners and losers are out for the summer movie season. The winners include Disney. They grossed $3.5 billion and controlled an entire third of the box office. The next winner was sequels: Mission Impossible, Jurassic World, The Incredibles, Deadpool, and The Avengers, and even small movies like Ocean's 11 and The Equalizer. Ocean's 8. They all fared very well for the box office. The losers, The Rock, 2 box office bombs, Rampage and Skyscraper after coming off of Jumanji. Star Wars was a big loser, Solo down 63% compared to Rogue One. Comedies, The Spy Who Dumped Me, Life of the Party, and The Happy Time Murders were all bombs. The only winner was Tag, showing that the audience didn't feel like laughing this summer. And another big loser, Movie Pass, because it was never going to work in the long term. So that's pretty much the losers of the losers of the summer.
I'm kind of stunned. Tag did okay. That did not look like a winner to me.
Yeah, I mean, box office wise, it did pretty good, and I think the reason why that movie did as well as it did, I think the trailer sold it well. I think the trailer. I
was interested in it. We just didn't have the time.
I mean, dude, hey, look, it's the Hangover guy, it's the Avengers guy, and it's the fucking spicy redhead from Wedding Crashers, Bang-O. And I think they did a very good job of. And wasn't John Hamm in that as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that they did
Oscar
a very.
Isaac, was he?
I don't know. Maybe could be. I don't know. There's so much surprise shit.
Right.
My wife has been watching Maniac on Netflix, and she said it's very fucking weird, and she's been having some trouble following it. But she's only one episode in. But she said the only reason she watched it is because old girl that plays Ruth in Ozark is in it.
She is,
and she said that's what attracted me to watch it.
She's 2 episodes in.
Yeah, she said I only wanted to watch it because I saw Ruth from Ozark, and Ruth from Ozark's her favorite character from that show. So
I'm 2 episodes in for that show, and I'm not going to say it's hard to follow, but the jury's still out on it.
Gotcha. Saeed Tagmaoui, I guess is how you say his Tagmaoui, I think is how you say his name. He played the fez-wearing con man, Samir in Wonder Woman. Yeah. He's rumored to be the front runner to play the villain in the upcoming James Bond movie. The Broccoli family has also hired Cary Jojo Fukunaga as director. He helped helm the highly popular first season of True Detective, and Bond will have a worldwide release on Valentine's Day 2020. So there you go.
Wow.
Also, now the hot rumor is that since things are floating around, Cavill really is out as Superman. They said that today. He's like really out.
Oh, okay.
And the hot rumor is that he's going to be Daniel Craig's replacement as James Bond.
I hope.
Yeah, I've read that.
He was the original choice, and Craig beat him out because they decided they wanted to go with an older Bond based on the story that they were telling,
which worked out.
Yeah, it worked out great.
Catch me up to speed. Craig is going to be in this last movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he is official for the last James Bond movie, and come to find out, the reason why Danny Boyle was fired is he wanted to do a standalone Bond story, and they want something that is a conclusion to everything they've done so far.
Oh.
So they can give Daniel Craig a, he had a sequelized story arc, and James Bond has never done that. So
Okay.
we want to have a closeout. If this is going to be his last movie, we want to close out that storyline that started with Casino Royale.
I don't disagree
So-
with the Broccoli's on that one.
I
mean,
agree
I like
too.
Danny Boyle a lot. I'd like to see what he'd do with 007, but I respect and appreciate the Broccoli's position.
Yeah.
And I would like to see a sort of like final act, you know?
Yeah, no doubt. And it's really kind of sad because I think Danny Boyle, especially with the Bond references that are all over Train Spotting, man, you know, I mean,
Right.
you would see, you kind of want him to
Right.
do that shit, but I'm sure that the well has been poisoned. Normally when this kind of stuff happens, it's kind of a pretty pissy deal, you know. You hired me, you knew what I was going to do. Now you disagree with me and you run me up the road, you know.
Right.
Fuck all
Wasted
you
my
guys.
time, right.
Yeah, you wasted my time. Fuck all you guys. So, Aaron Paul from the greatest television show in the history of television is going to be joining Westworld 3.
Bitch.
So maybe some of that greatness will carry over from Breaking Bad on the Westworld. So there you go.
Yeah.
Good shit. Speaking of Henry Cavill, said that he would be exiting as Superman, suggesting that he wanted to appear as the character more frequently, and Warner Brothers wasn't moving fast enough. Some believe that the lax schedule allowed Cavill to take on the role of The Witcher, but his agent piped in saying he's not leaving. Warner commented on rumors saying they hold Cavill in high regard, but there's still no plans for any upcoming Superman movies.
And
But
now
as
he's
it was
out.
reported today, he really is out.
Yeah.
So none of this was bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're holding his schedule for forever. It's like, well, you know, he can't do things like Bond or these things because it's like, oh, well, they don't want to have a mustache problem again.
Yeah.
You know, that shit.
I
was-
don't think he'd have a mustache as James Bond.
No, I'm just
but-
saying he couldn't. Like, he did Mission Impossible and he did this, and it turned into a PR disaster.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean, it looked like shit. I mean, it wasn't only that. It not only did it look like shit, it was a shitty movie.
Well, I'm just
So-
saying. You know, why anchor yourself to that when you can go do Mission Impossible and do?
Ironically, though, he had a beard as Superman in Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they probably should have said when he was dead, they probably should have just came in and said, dude, just let him grow a fucking beard when he came back. You know, his facial hair
Why the
kept
hell not?
growing.
Yeah.
You know?
Writers.
They should have gave him the mullet and everything from the 90s when he came back. So that's it. He could have had his, his Cobain do coming back
There
with
you
his
go.
with his big burly beard, looking like Chris Cornell with muscles. All right, Zack Snyder he's chimed in again to let us know that he was going to shoehorn even more useless shit in the Justice League. Apparently, Ray Palmer was going to be worked in and appear as the Atom. I think that he is pretty much going to like take the whole DC catalog of characters and he's going to get mileage out of this for the next 20 years.
Was it
think
Ray
that's
Palmer or it was
Parker.
his
Ray,
assistant?
Ray Palmer. No, he
Okay.
said the Atom was he was intending to have the Atom because the Atom works at Star Labs.
Right.
Right,
In
but it was
DC
an
Comics
Asian
and-
actor. I had read that there was an Asian character
To play the
who
Atom.
inherits the Atom's mantle after.
That sounds like the Ant-Man movie, doesn't
Anyway,
it?
kind of. Yeah, it does actually.
I don't know who gives a fuck.
But it was,
Anyway.
but it was all in the name of shoehorning in.
Oh, yeah,
So you
yeah.
could say I have the first A, like Wonder Woman. He just threw Wonder Woman in there. Go, hey, look, the first female.
I have my
superhero,
opinion
though.
on this when we get to the next news.
He's
item.
gonna, like I said, he's gonna have 20. He's gonna go through the whole DC roster, and he's gonna say, "Oh yeah, hey, look," but he'll be saying this shit for 20 years.
Yeah.
So, all right, Todd Phillips revealed Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker with a makeup test video with the Guess Who's laugh played in the background. It's also announced that Bruce Cullen will replace Alec Baldwin as Thomas Wayne, which, dude, Alec Baldwin said he wasn't even cast for this fucking thing.
There you go.
So I don't know what that's all about, but that's what the news is saying. Instead of Wayne being a physician trying to rebuild Gotham, he's described as a cheesy businessman. Phoenix makeup was also revealed. Well, yeah, it was revealed on Instagram. And like I said, it's John Wayne Gacy. If he looked like he went to the gathering of the Juggalos.
Yeah, and then they showed that film clip, the subway clip,
Yeah.
which I don't know if that was really. I mean, it was on TMZ, but I don't know how true that was because
Yeah.
it didn't look like him. It didn't look like Joaquin Phoenix.
I have
in
to admit,
makeup.
it was a fucking cool scene, though.
It was a
looked neat.
cool scene.
He had the green hair. He had the makeup, as you see in the Instagram thing,
Right.
and he was wearing the purple suit. So, I mean,
If that's it, yeah.
dude, look, a lot of people are pissing and moaning, but man, I'm all in on this fucking
I'm not
thing.
pissing
I'm
and
really
moaning.
looking forward to seeing it.
I think this will if this movie is a success, I think all of these other movies you're about to announce are gonna go right down the drain.
Well, it's like
It's
that.
it's the dark. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's the Dark Knight. If this is a success, everything else is wiped away.
Well, it's like one of the writers of Batman said. He said, I feel like I should hate it, but I'm really excited by it. And shouldn't the Joker take some chances anyway?
I'm the same.
I kind of feel the same way.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, as long as the core principles of the character are there. And that's another thing, too, especially the Joker. It's like people always say, who played the best Joker? Well, which Joker are we talking about? Are we talking pre-crisis Joker? Are we talking about like 1940s Joker with Batman? Are we talking about Cesar Romero age 1960s Batman? Are we, I mean, I think that all of the people who have played the role, I mean, really with the exception of Jared Leto, and honestly, I don't really blame him for that. I blame a lot of the looks of the character and what was presented in the movie based on the director and whoever edited that movie.
If that movie would have been better, it'd be a different story.
Yeah, I mean,
And he would be considered a good Joker.
I think Leto's the weakest of everything we've seen so far. I think even weaker than Cesar Romero that played the character in Batman 66.
Yeah, I like Cesar Romero.
Yeah, well, dude, he plays that version of Batman is pretty fucking spot on.
Right.
I mean, that's it. I mean, it's a sign of the times for that character.
So my point is, all this Suicide Squad and Birds of Prey and all that bullshit that they've been trying to stack upon, I think.
Well, I'm going to get to that in a minute. I have that in the news also.
I know.
I feel like my cynicism with regards to the Joker movie is more informed by the Snyderverse disaster than evaluating on its own merits. So I'm just telling myself to shut the fuck up, and on its own, merits, it looks very intriguing.
Well, and that's the other side of it, too, is if this Joker fucking kills and this ends up being a really successful, serious fucking movie and people really like this thing, what stops DC from approaching Todd Phillips and saying, dude, why don't you executive produce a Batman movie in this style?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Right.
And we'll bring Joaquin back as the Joker again. And
so do we know what the Matt Reeves Batman is doing? Or?
Dude, they're making 2,000 Joker fucking movies. Why not make 2,000 fucking Batman movies? I mean,
I think we get the Batman. If this movie is a success, I think that's when we get the Batman announcement, and I think it's what you just said.
Yeah, it could be. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
All right.
Speaking of this Joker thing, former DC exec Diane Nelson has quit Twitter because she dared defend Todd Phillips' vision of the Joker. She said they should have done this right after Nolan left Batman, which people used to insinuate she was attacking Zack Snyder, which she had to defend because people are fucking stupid. So that's basically that deal. So we have another celebrity that's quit Twitter because you can't say fucking shit. I mean, and dude, especially, I mean, and this goes beyond racist shit and pedophilia shit. This is just a person stating their opinion. I mean, dude, goddamn, man, it's fucking ridiculous. It's absolutely out of control.
It is.
Fucking just social media is dog shit.
It is.
Fucking horrible. So, all right, scripts for Suicide sequel, Birds of Prey, and a Joker Harley Quinn spinoff have all been greenlit by Warner. The Joker Harley Quinn movie is rumored to have a cameo by daytime television personality Dr. Phil.
I'm already out.
Apparently, Harley Quinn kidnaps him so he can advise her on how to fix her broken relationship with the Joker.
Is Mr. Freeze going to be in this? Is Arnold going to be Mr.
Right,
Freeze again?
yeah.
That's what this feels. When you said that, I was like, there we go.
I'm just picturing Jim Carrey in his leather
Riddler.
jacket and his cowboy hat sitting in the middle of the bar in Dumb and Dumber with the girl just fucking sitting there going on and on and on about being just fucking bullshit. I don't care. That's pretty much what it comes down to. So,
Yeah.
Hey, so I guess my point to that story you just said is I don't think any of these movies are going to be greenlit because if that Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie becomes the Dark Knight for the Joker, say goodbye.
yeah, and that movie's going to release fast, too.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
like,
what I'm saying.
they're not
Say
fucking around. I mean,
goodbye.
everybody thought that was kind of like, oh, cool, yeah, they're going to work with Scorsese. This motherfucker's going to come out.
I thought it was another Gambit.
So did I. I really did.
Yeah.
My opinion has changed. I apologize.
So, all right. Kevin Smith has lost over 50 pounds since his heart attack, and he said he had to revisit his Jay and Bob reboot script to remove the fat jokes because they no longer make any sense.
Good for him.
So, yeah.
Oh, lunchbox.
Yeah, in fact, they're renaming Fat Man on Batman. They're in the process of talking to the audience of what they should rename the podcast since he's no longer fat. But he said what he's thinking about naming it is Fat Man Beyond. So
that's great.
So yeah, it's pretty fucking funny. All right, the new Halloween movie is getting great reviews. Miramax is now looking to do is looking to give the same type of treatments to two more franchises it holds the rights to, which would be Hellraiser and Scream. I think Scream's is a great idea. I think that it's probably about time for them to bring that back again.
They have like a TV,
Yeah, they had a TV series, so I don't.
It's
I don't
fucking
know.
MTV, dude, that pulls a fucking one share. Fuck that. Bring it back to the movies.
Okay.
You know?
I think it's a good idea. I just feel like that joke. We saw that joke. It's
Yeah.
like doing the Sixth Sense over again. It's like
Well,
we
but I
saw
mean
that
the
joke.
thing. But I think the thing
Right.
with it is that what makes it great is that that's a movie that makes fun of tropes,
It does.
and it's got there's a whole new level of tropes
Okay.
now in horror movies.
All
So
right.
I mean, dude, that can come back.
Are there?
Yeah, there's.
I think so.
The whole found footage thing and
Yeah.
the whole like The Ring, how crazy that footage looks, and like you know, like how the new movie, like there's a lot of shaking in movies now, and there's a lot of
Yeah,
but
horror
that's not
movies.
serial killer stuff, though.
but I mean, but dude, it's like we always say. Look, good
I mean, are we
writing.
doing Scary Movie?
or like like The Purge or
Right, The Purge.
or
Got
like
it. All right.
the Crazies and that kind of thing.
Got
Yeah, but
it.
good writing makes anything possible.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is
I
true.
agree.
So I think that's the thing. You could definitely revisit and kind of make fun of those
I like
tropes.
the Scream franchise.
So, yeah, I mean, I think it's good. I mean, the Hellraiser one, I don't know. That seems
See,
like
I
that's
actually
something.
think Hellraiser would be the more intriguing one. You know, I mean, I feel like you could actually make, a miniseries on Netflix or
could.
something. you
Yeah.
know?
Honestly, I'm with Chad Lott, man. Fuck Hellraiser. They should do on Nightbreed as a
Yeah.
they
Either.
should do that as a TV series. I think that would be amazing. Be really
Mash
cool.
them up, man.
yeah.
While director Glenn Wise accepted his Emmy for Best Director for a variety special, which ironically was the Oscars, that's what he won for.
Right.
He proposed to his girlfriend. It's the only notable thing that came out of the Emmy, so I figured I had to report it. I didn't see like a single fucking thing over who won, who did what, or any of that shit. This is the only thing I saw. So,
When was
Game
it?
of
Last
Thrones
Sunday?
wiped the floor with pretty much.
so there you go.
Last Sunday.
Yeah, it was last Sunday. So yeah, some dude got up and proposed to his girlfriend, and it was really sweet and cool, and
It was.
all that shit. Roseanne Barr totally spoiled the outcome of her character's fate since her firing from her own show. She revealed that she died from an opioid overdose. That's what the character is going to die from, and they're going to continue it. I think what's good is they've already got an escape plan. If they feel that eventually they want to forgive Roseanne, they can bring her back. They can have it to where Dan writes in a book that she
Right.
died, and she didn't really die. You know?
Oh,
so,
just like they ended Roseanne or whatever.
yeah, they could do that all over again. Why
Oh,
not?
totally.
I really don't give a fuck. I didn't watch the revival of the show. I
Me
like
either.
I like the original show. I thought. I mean, I still think and stand behind that Dan Connor is one of the greatest dads in television history.
He is. You know why I couldn't ever get into Roseanne? Because she always would use filler words, chiefly,
Yeah.
like you could tell she forgot her lines and she was buying time to remember what it was.
Yeah.
And
was her
it took me
show.
right the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that show had its. It's like any show, you know. It hits its mid road, and then it ends up, you know. There's some real quality TV there, but like anything else, you know, the roller coaster goes down the hill eventually.
Yes.
Beloved show Avatar: The Last Airbender will be getting a live action series on Netflix. M. Night Shyamalan, Ding Dong, tried to adapt the film, but he did this unsuccessfully. Hopefully, this version lives up to fan expectations, because we know how fan expectations work. You know?
Right.
So
Which is to say, no.
yeah, right. Burn Netflix. Fuck you, Netflix. Fuck you for shitting on my childhood. So that's pretty much how fan expectations work.
Yes.
All right, Disney announces that their streaming service will include live-action miniseries for characters that have appeared in Marvel movies. The first characters to appear are rumored to be Loki and Scarlet Witch. I think that this is a fantastic idea. And I have a feeling that once this streaming service launches, I think that you're going to see less and less attention and TLC being paid to by the Netflix and the ABC shows, there has been literally no word as far as like Daredevil and any of those shows
Daredevil
about
season 3 this
Okay.
month.
You gonna let me finish?
Nope.
So what ends up happening is that there's no talk in any of these shows about Thanos' snap. So,
Right.
you know, I mean, that's pretty fucking heavy duty, you know.
Well, I mean, we haven't seen season 3 yet. I don't know that they're going to bring it up, but
yeah, I don't.
but
I feel like
shouldn't
it'd be. I mean,
like, what if the end of? I'm sorry, Chris. What if the end of the last the end of this Daredevil series, the end is the snap,
Yeah, I mean, it could be.
and
it could be.
and that's it for Daredevil.
Oh, that'd be a great way for them to just end the whole Netflix series.
That's
Just
my point. Like, goodbye, Netflix. We got you now.
But-
that would be ballsy as hell.
It would
I would
be-
respect the shit out of everybody involved for that.
It would be ballsy, but you got to remember something else too is that the movie division now is separated from the entire television division,
Yeah.
and Kevin Feige gives zero fucks about TV.
Yeah,
He really doesn't. You look at interview after interview, and that dude basically says, "Look, they kind of follow what we do,
right.
and I don't give a shit about them because I can't really pay attention to what they're doing because episodic television is a whole different animal than movies."
I don't give a shit if they do or not the snap. My question is, how long are they going to let Netflix play in that backyard?
Not for much longer. I
don't know.
Don't think, though. On the flip side of it, it is adult Marvel content.
I think
you know what
that,
I mean?
I think that they're going to continue to allow Netflix
Yeah.
to play in that playground, but they're not going to give Netflix anything new.
Yeah.
They're basically going to say, here are your 5 characters. Have fun with your 5 characters.
Yeah.
The 5 characters, of course, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, and the Punisher. I think that's
Right.
going to pretty much kind of be their playground, and that'll be it. Yeah, I mean, dude, there's really no. I don't really think there's any rhyme or reason to bring those characters over. I mean, you can't. I mean, they're not going to bring that to a family streaming service.
No.
And I also think, I mean, dude, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I think, is going one more season. They're shutting that show down. But now they're talking about what's going to replace that is that they're going to do like an all femme fatale ABC female Marvel show, which I think is going to be a collection of the female characters from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. plus some new ones.
I never even
So-
thought Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was a good comic. I was just sort of like, we're going to read about the guys that deal with...
Well, I mean, the reason why
What?
S.H.I.E.L.D. was so good is because fucking Nick Fury was a fucking hallmark character, and he was a
Right.
great character. And when they
Right.
got involved in all the shit where S.H.I.E.L.D. was directly fighting Hydra, it was fantastic.
Absolutely. Look, an agency of a collective of human beings, a deep state that deals with the superheroes is a great idea. But as a satellite phenomenon in other superhero stories, but as soon as you make, well, let's get to know the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and their
right.
soap opera politics and no.
Yeah, the show is
No.
kind of whatever.
Yeah.
So, all right, the Charlie's Angel reboot is in full swing, and Patrick Stewart has been cast as Bosley. So,
All right.
there you go. So
Well,
they
now
kind
I'm
of
excited
Who else
for
is in
it.
this movie?
They haven't. The only thing that we know is that he's been cast as Bosley. I think there's going to be more than 3 Charlie's Angels, and it's going to be Elizabeth Banks is directing it.
Okay.
So that's
She
even
can
Okay.
definitely, she can hang that.
Yeah,
She can
she's
do
coming off of Pitch Perfect and doing this. So, Hans Zimmer, who announced he'll never return to scoring superhero movies, will return to score Wonder Woman 1984. He wrote her main theme, which was featured in Psychopath vs. Space Jesus. He said that he was sold on Patty Jenkins' story pitch, and he's delighted to be part of it.
So he's just cranky.
Yeah, right.
it
I mean,
is.
dude, in the entertainment industry, I read these stories and I'm like, dude, look, don't ever never say fucking never. Don't do that shit. Because then when you come, it's like, dude, look, Kiss is going on their farewell tour. Kiss is going on fucking 20 farewell tours.
Right.
You know. So I mean, that's the whole thing. Don't say that shit. Don't say never
Well,
makes never because
he
you don't
might
know
be
what's
one
going
of
to
those
happen.
dudes. It's, hey, he's pissed off at the whole situation. He's like, I'm never doing this shit again. You guys can suck it. And Patty Jenkins was like, you know what? I got an offer you can't
Yeah.
refuse. And he's like, all right, I'm in for you.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Plus, which it's the 80s. I mean, the guy was one of the founding members of the Buggles. So
there you go.
there's, I can see her saying, look, I'm going to not be a drill sergeant. I'm going to give you creative latitude.
Look,
to
I'm
do
not
what you
Zack
want.
Snyder. Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. I'm not that fucking dickwad you had to work with last time, so
Right.
I'm running the ship here. So
Yeah.
that's it.
Go Patty.
The Walking Dead has plans to extend the brand by releasing movies along with the television series. Okay. Director Terrence Nance will be helming Space Jam 2 that will feature LeBron James in the lead. Black Panther's Ryan Coogler will serve as the executive producer. So there you go. Do we really need another Space Jam?
I don't know that
I
we ever
can't
needed a
believe-
first
yeah,
Space Jam.
I gotta
believe
kind of
you
agree
actually
with you.
reported it.
So I got to agree with you.
I mean, it feels to me like someone saying, they're bringing Happy Meals back.
Yeah,
I
I'm,
think
I don't have.
fucking
It's
Happy
like
Meal.
just marketing.
The only reason I reported this is because of Ryan Coogler. If Ryan Coogler wouldn't even have been involved in this, I wouldn't even have said anything. But
Word, I got
this
you.
goes to show you he's on fire. Everybody loves that dude.
Yeah.
I mean, and
So
I mean-
he's going to produce a 2-hour commercial.
well, I mean, hey, look, dude, but you never know. Look, shit,
get paid,
shit that you think is awesome when you're a kid. Look, man, my
Yeah.
wife fucking loves Space Jam. She thinks it's wonderful. But
There
she
you
was a
go.
little kid when that shit came out.
Hey, I thought the
So-
Lego movie was going to be a piece of shit, and that is
Right.
one of my favorite.
There you go.
There you
fucking-
go.
So,
I don't know how I feel about this, considering how much I love these two movies, but Eddie Murphy will star in a remake of Grumpy Old Men that will be directed by Tim Story. Story is in talks with Samuel L. Jackson to star opposite.
Oh God,
Eddie
that's going to
Murphy.
be great.
you know what? You had me at when you said Eddie Murphy, I'm like, this is going to be good. I don't know that I like Eddie Murphy, Sam Jackson. I feel like Sam Jackson's going to be Sam Jackson, and it's just going to be the same old thing.
I think what made the movie so great is the fact that it was two grumpy old fucking white guys, I think the thing with it is like Sammy J and Eddie Murphy are too fucking cool to be grumpy, I mean, I'd rather see like fucking. I don't want to see Sammy J grumpy. I want to see him livid like he normally is.
Well, this is probably what
you
it's
know?
going to be.
But I guarantee you, this movie will be way toned down compared to what. But I don't know, dude. The Grumpy Old Men had some pretty good zingers. I mean, they called each other dickhead and all that shit. So I don't know. We might have some Samuel L. Jackson motherfuckers fly.
It's not like Star Wars canon. It's just a formula.
Right.
I would like to see those two on screen together. Ramping up rancor.
Well,
I think it'd be
yeah,
hilarious.
dude. And on top of it too it was the Odd Couple. Hey, look, let's put the Odd Couple in like a movie where they're old guys now.
Exactly.
They're the Odd Couple pretty much, but it's just a
Right.
little bit of a different
old
setting.
couple.
The Old Couple, right. I love both Grumpy Old Men movies. I love them. I think they're funny as
All
fuck.
right, there you go.
I think this will make money. If
Oh
it'll
yeah,
make
I mean,
money.
it'll
be good.
It's like anything else. I can't believe Tag made money. Hey, dude, the trailer fucking sold it good, and I think the same thing with this.
Yeah.
All right, Disney CEO Bob Iger gives us an update on the state of the company. He says Star Wars has been rushed. Too much content in a short amount of time. Says JJ has been working on Episode 9, and Benioff and Weiss, Game of Thrones, are working on sagas of their own. They won't stop releasing movies, but their decision processes on releases will be more calculated. There was zero mention of Rian Johnson. None at all.
I mean, honestly, they just should have waited till Christmas to release Solo, and we wouldn't be having this conversation. That's how I feel.
No, you know what? We were all excited when they were releasing a movie every year, and they were doing this and this and that.
And the holidays, it was perfect.
And you know what? I think that shit backfired on them. I think we were so.
No, I think The Last Jedi backfired on him. That's what I think happened. Look, we can talk all the shit we want, but dude, what it comes down to, you can't deny. The company attacked the fans. They attack the fucking fans, and that's what fucked them.
Okay.
And fuck them royally. And
Well,
there's no
this-
denying it.
I mean, but if you report on this that they said that things were rushed, to me that means that.
Oh no
things
no
were
no no!
rushed.
I think that, but I really think the thing with it is that that could be part of the problem. But I think the other thing with it is too.
Oversaturation of Star Wars.
I mean, there's not oversaturation of Marvel. I mean, dude, Marvel comes out with 3 fucking movies a year.
Yeah, but we expect that.
I think the thing with it is that I think the thing with it is that they attacked the fans. I think that's part of it. I think that Bob needs to own up and say, look, everybody in Lucasfilm, look, if anybody says anything derogatory toward this fan base on Twitter, you're fucking fired.
Yeah,
that's,
he should. You're
that's
right.
what I'd say.
You're
Yeah,
exactly right.
just a social media gag rule. Push
Yeah.
only accounts. You know what I mean? Don't even fucking read what people are posting.
George Lucas only one fucking time pissed and moaned, and the only time that dude pissed and moaned was right before he sold the company. He only fucking backlashed one time, and somebody said, George, have you considered making more Star Wars movies? He said, why would I want to do that? The fans do nothing but fucking bash me for making them.
Right.
That's all he said. But he said that when it was way out of the fucking gate. Look, Star Wars, for what we knew, was a memory at that point. We had no idea that Disney was going to come in and do the do.
Pre-social media, too.
Yep. So he also says that the X-Men will join the MCU and all properties will fly under the Marvel Studios banner.
There it is.
So that's official. The X-Men will be coming to the MCU, and he said all properties will fly under the Marvel banner.
Why the fuck would he spoil that, though?
That tells me Deadpool is going to continue, but it's going to go under the Marvel Studios banner. So that's...
Yeah, I watched Deadpool 2 last night and realized that it wasn't under a Marvel Studios banner.
I still haven't seen it. I still haven't seen Deadpool 2.
Oh, really?
So, nah.
Not even... Okay.
No, I'm going to rent it. I just haven't had a chance to... I didn't get a chance to go see it. It's
very entertaining.
Yeah, watch the extended cut. That's what I was going to comment, that the extended cut has a few other new laughs in it.
Also another thing that he said also was that with them firing James Gunn, he said it wasn't even a question of that even being an issue. He said several people came to me who were not only Marvel stockholders, but were Fox stockholders. And they said, with all this shit flying around, we want this Gunn guy gone. And he said it wasn't even a decision of entertaining bringing him back. That decision is final. He's done.
Yeah,
there you go.
So,
that's a big fucking dog there.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's the man.
No,
So
I'm just saying, like, you have that Fox, you have you have a deal that's
Oh, yeah.
potentially
Yeah.
could go down because of a trilogy movie.
So that's the end of that shit.
Yeah.
So director Chloe Zhao, who was originally the front runner to direct Black Widow, has now been attached to an upcoming Marvel movie, which is rumored to be based on the Eternals. Created by Jack Kirby in 1976, the Eternals is a group of cosmic beings that experimented on ancient humans that created abominations called the Deviants. I think they double down on the cosmic thing more. I don't have any problem with this, and it's for the simple fact of, dude, why in the fuck are they going to come out with a movie based on Guardians of the Galaxy? That makes zero sense. Well, here we are. So, two highly successful sequels that made over $800 million. So, if they want to dip their toe into that pool, dude, they can do what they want. They control their own destiny.
Do Guardian? Because I know nothing about this. Do Guardians cross over into the Eternals?
Yeah, the Eternals is all cosmic stuff. It all falls into that same realm.
They could sort of repackage Guardians with this.
I really do, Scott, from what I see and what I hear, I was kind of real naysayer with that before, but dude, I have a tendency to agree with you. I think Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is going to get shelved.
Huh?
I think it is possible. I mean, we say no, but I think it's possible it's going to get shelved, but there are some new rumors that are coming out to where they were talking about the guy who directed Thor Ragnarok.
Right.
Yeah, he's a shoo-in.
The new rumor now is they're talking to Jon Favreau to take that over. So they're actually going back to him to do Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So
I was just going to say,
I think
if Guardians 3 gets shelved, can they kind of cross some of those, bring them in?
Oh, sure.
Cameos?
Oh, without question. Yeah, they could do that easy.
I think
it's not even a problem.
I think Takiki is the way to go. I
do too.
Favreau did Zathura, which I'm not a big fan of.
I mean, dude, come on, man. Fuck, but he made fucking Iron Man, which is fantastic.
And he made Iron Man too.
And he made Swingers. And I mean, dude, the motherfuckers made great movies. I mean, hey, look.
Yes.
You can't sit there. There is no one who was infallible with the exception of Denis Villeneuve, and that motherfucker's only made like 3 movies.
Right.
So that's the reason why he's where he's at.
All right.
He'll come out with a fucking turd basket, in short order. All right, in other Marvel news, the latest edition of Who's the Skrull has now targeted General Thunderbolt Ross as a potential candidate. Ross was portrayed by William Hurt in The Incredible Hulk and Captain America Civil War. I have no doubt that there's going to be some named character who's going to bounce out and go, booga booga, I was a Skrull the entire time. So
Yeah.
I think that's,
That's exactly
I
how
hope,
it goes, too.
absolutely. I'll have a whole newfound respect for Marvel. So,
Yeah, I mean,
I still hope it's Hawkeye.
yeah.
but I mean, the thing is it doesn't. I don't know. I'm going to have to reserve judgment, but I can't imagine it completely changes the way you perceive the whole Marvel universe. It's just like, okay, like Martian Manhunter integrates into humanity and just becomes...
The whole thing that's going to sell this is, what does the Skrulls play? If their play is fucking stupid, it makes no difference who it is.
Right.
The entire time, I was a Skrull. Well, that's awesome. Why did you do this? Well, because I can.
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
I was
Because
bored.
Yeah, right, exactly.
The other thing about Ross being a Skrull is because he's a bad guy. So why would you make a bad guy a bad guy?
Well, I mean, it makes no difference, you know. I mean, that's the whole thing, you know. I'm an even better guy. That's it, you know. But yeah, I think Who's the Skrull is going to be something that's going to be played, you know, as time goes on here.
Yeah.
Peter Dinklage has dared to stand against ignorant people who call his casting as Hervé Villachez as whitewashing. Peter is right, because people are fucking stupid, and that's what it comes down to. He says, "Look, dude, I'm playing a part. That's all I'm doing."
It's a movie.
So if you want to make a movie about Hervé Villachez, and you want people to take interest in watching a movie about Hervé fucking Villachez, who's Hervé Villachez?
Right.
You know, the guy who said deplane. Oh, that's who Hervé Villachez is. Okay, cool. I had no idea what his name was. But you know what's awesome? The dude from Game of Thrones is playing fucking Hervé Villachez. Well, that's really interesting. I think I'll check that out. So that's the reason why Peter Dinklage was cast. That's the reason why Scarlett Johansson is cast as playing a transgendered character, because basically you're going to burn Rome because, you know, you're not happy with certain parts that people play. Fuck the fact that now your message has been completely fucking crucified. Stupid. Completely fucking stupid. So that's pretty much all that shit.
That's an HBO movie too.
Yeah, it's going to be an HBO. I think it's called Dinner with Hervé. Is the
And
name of the movie.
October,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, watching fucking Dinklage playing that guy. I mean,
but I will say
Say
that if you're playing that part, like it is very difficult to not perform in such a way that it might come off as like Ace Ventura like caricature. Because I mean,
maybe, but if the tone of the movie is ultra serious,
yeah, I mean, I don't know enough about Hervé Villachez to judge, but
Yeah, me
like
neither.
every time I heard him talk, it sounded like he was passing a gallstone.
yeah, I mean, that's it. And he had a weird accent,
You know,
Yeah,
it
right.
just sounds like his face was getting stretched the whole time.
which I think's
So-
fucking awesome. That's fantastic.
I didn't know that he got fired from that show.
What, from Fantasy Island?
Yeah.
You know what I
He
think
was
they should
gone.
do? If they cover his Fantasy Island career, they should get Benedict Cumberbatch to play Ricardo Montalban's character. Since he played Khan, that would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I would definitely watch that. I would spend the money to get the HBO to watch that. I wouldn't even illegally stream it. All right, here we go. Also, we have a couple of actors, an actor and a producer that passed away. We'll cover the actor first. Al Matthews passed away at 75 years old. I don't know Al for any other role but this one, but it's fucking great. Gunnery Sergeant Apone from Aliens, James Cameron's sequel to Ridley Scott's haunted house with an alien masterpiece.
Look into my eye.
Oh, yeah, dude. He's fucking awesome in that movie. Assholes and Elbows. I mean, he goes out there and gets everybody fucking pumped up, and he's a perfect... I mean, he's like, dude, he's like the fucking Black Arlie Ermey, you know?
Yeah, and
As a colonial marine. Fucking great.
lines that should not stick. Lines I should not remember. Complete throwaway lines. I remember like, ha, 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 Bay 12, please.
Yep, and that's
You know?
it. I mean, all the way he delivered it, and a great character actor, and really, really fucking
He should have been
cool,
busier
so,
after that movie.
no doubt. But yeah, Sergeant Apone was a fucking great character. And
Rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace, dude. So, and rest in peace also to Mr. Gary Kurtz, who lost his battle with cancer at 78 years old. Gary Kurtz, real claim to fame is he directed this little independent movie that was called Star Wars.
I remember
He
that.
also produced another little movie, independent film that was called The Empire Strikes Back. And what's interesting about Kurtz is that he left Lucasfilm because he didn't agree with the direction that George Lucas was going with the story, because George did large changes to Return of the Jedi because he was afraid that Kenner wasn't going to be able to sell enough toys. And I read in an interview with Gary Kurtz He said the reason why Lucas was so interested in selling toys instead of movie tickets is because he was making money 3-to-1 on merchandising than he was on actual movie sales.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting to see what could have been. He actually shared what Return of the Jedi was supposed to be. And it would have been really interesting to watch if Return of the Jedi would have ended his way, how things would have moved in the future. What would episode 7 and 8 and 9 look like with Gary Kurtz, especially with a guy like that, where they could have came in and told, much like they did with Kasdan. Imagine if Gary Kurtz would have hung all the way through and J.J. Abrams would have sat there and said, dude, Lucas sold the company, but we want this thing to be what it was. So let's hire fucking Kurtz as EP on this movie and see where it goes. And really make it kind of the closest interpretation that we could. Return of the Jedi, the way it was supposed to end was, I forget the story arc for Han Solo, but I know Princess Leia was supposed to go and collect the remnants of her people from Alderaan and reclaim her nobility and become a queen over her people that were survivors from the destruction of the first Death Star. Luke was supposed to go look after what Yoda referred to as There Is Another, where Obi-Wan says, that boy's our final hope, and he says, no, there is another. Luke was going to turn out to have a sister who was not Princess Leia. And the way Return of the Jedi was going to end was Luke walking off into the sunset, basically, and going to search for his sister.
Oh, wow.
That's how Return of the Jedi was supposed to end. So it would have been really interesting to see how things would have turned out, especially thinking of how beautifully that would have dovetailed into with Luke Skywalker's missing. Well, fuck, dude, after 30 years, he still hasn't returned. And what happened?
Right.
And a whole lot of different things of, well, I went to train Jedi and I quit because, whatever reason. Instead of, hey, look, I went to find these people, and yes, I did train Jedi. And how fucking amazing would it be if there was a whole bunch of shit to where this First Order is beating the ass of the rebellion, and then Luke returns with a whole fucking contingent of Jedi warriors to bust their ass in the reform shit,
sister.
Including the long-lost sister. It'd been really fucking cool, man. What could have been, and how things play the way they do. It's pretty incredible. So,
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace,
Kurtz.
Gary Kurtz. If you're a big Star Wars fan, I suggest going to look up Gary Kurtz interviews on YouTube. It's very insightful, especially why he left Star Wars. And I think there are some interviews of his opinions on the prequels and what Disney has done with the franchise. So you can go look up those things also. So that's it, man. That's all the news, all the trailers. Anything to add, boys?
Nothing.
All right, well, look, we appreciate you guys listening. Go check us out at the Facebook group. Also, subscribe on iTunes. Leave us a review kindly. 5 stars only. Thanks for listening, and scene.